Good evening, everyone. I suppose that everyone is after a long day. Very important topic. Khalid, my friend and a long-time friend and a distinguished guest here today, Khalid Ibrahim. We know him as Khalid Ibrahim from Ministry of Finance, and we all got introduced. The topic here is for data rich to security crisis. Very important topic, but I suppose this is the last session is being given. So as you are aware that why do I say that's a very important topic, very important subject is what is the goal, what are the goals, what is the objective of every cyber attack. Those days when you see in Khalid, when you see in 90s or in 2000s, you would see that the goal is to interrupt the services basically, or the goal is to become popular. So we see that those days the attacks were made just to show their prominence. But now there is a change. Because why? Now data is monetized now. So the goal of every cyber attack right now, right in the industry, if you see across the industry, every cyber attack is, the objective of every cyber attack is basically get the data or disrupt the data monetization. So having said this, so this topic is very important. So the data rich, what do we mention by data rich? Data rich is it's a new terminology that is coming up, like the quality of data. The quality of data that an organization or any other entities are holding. So if the quality of data is good, this will also attract the attackers. So a good example, you see this last week recently, the Salesforce. It's a hyper-connected world. Okay, I'll come back. I'll put this also into the discussion. Hyper-connected world. So this is what has happened. The Salesforce, you know that it is in the industry everywhere. It's got data breach, which has happened recently, about last week or 2 weeks ago, which has impacted most of the high-end, including the security companies. Most of the company data were breached. You name it as anything, Tenable, Qualys, Dynatrace, lot of companies have breached. This is the effect of a hyper-connected world. So, having said that, let's start the discussion. So, Khalid, I wanted to ask you, my first question is, how do you see that data, I mean the data rich or the data monetization or whatever is related to data protection, data security, how do you see that this is evolved during the last 20 years? I suppose that you have a very good experience since about 20 years of experience you have. How do you see the security of data or the protection of data has been evolved throughout the years?
See, basically, if you'll see, the entire landscape has changed. Now, if you see 10 to 15 years or even 5 years before, some companies, how was your network designed? Your network is a perimeter. You have a data center, you have a branch office, you have a head office. So your scope of protection is very limited. I need to protect the perimeter. Now it has completely changed. Most organizations everywhere, you have your data center, which is already there. Now you have your cloud infrastructure as a service. You have your SaaS. Salesforce is one example, HR1, HRMS systems.
Correct.
You also have your collaboration systems.
Yes.
You are using Teams, OneDrive, SharePoint, emails, Google Drives. So your focus is now not on the perimeter.
Correct.
So it has moved from a perimeter-centric to a data-centric. Your mind, you cannot say my perimeter is protected, my data center is safe.
Yeah.
Your data is in Salesforce now, or OneDrive. Have you thought of protecting it? Who can access it? Okay, from where he can access it. Do I have a relevant identity access control system in place? Sort of a zero trust, you might say.
Correct.
You know, did I implemented proper encryption or rights management? So first thing, very important is, do you know where your data reside?
Correct.
What are my services? First thing is I should know, okay, these are the critical services I'm giving. This is the places where my critical data reside. Okay, once I know it, then you put in the strategy for protection. Who can access, from where he can access. Somebody who has access to Salesforce, example.
Correct.
Okay, can he access from which location, which device? Can he download the data or he can only see it? Have you decided all this thing before? Most of the organizations fail. They have a very strong perimeter defense. So you might have a very strong perimeter defense.
Correct.
You might not even know. I would say with assurance that more than 50-60% organization don't even know where their data resides. So first thing is knowing where your data is.
Yeah.
You can't protect something which you do
Correct.
not know. So that's very critical, an important point.
Yeah. Now also, like if you see that, as you said that previously the security strategies that organizations were having is like, as you correctly said, it's a hierarchy. Like, you have a perimeter security, you have the access layer security or something like that. Now, as you correctly said, people are moving towards, it's not that we don't exactly, does not require the perimeter security, but the objective is protect your, what do you call, the jewel, what the crown jewel. They call it as these are the industry names, like what is your crown jewel? That is your data. So you make your strategy, security strategy based on protecting your crown jewel, that is your data. This is exactly said. So as you, from my perspective also, that should be the correct strategy of, so as you mentioned about, identify the data. This is data cataloging. So every organization today, what the organization should do, primarily cataloging the data. So you have two sets of data, which is structured data, unstructured data. So if you go for the definition of what is a structured data, like your database, so your Oracle database, your SQL database, whatever is a structured, I have this data, I have QID, I have email, this is structured data that But what about your unstructured data? It's your Word file, it's your photos, it's your PowerPoint presentations. So I will just, because it's a collaboration, I will give you a good example where I was part of that company. But at that time, I will give you a good example. How unstructured, the company focused on protecting their structured data, but did not protect the unstructured data. And what happened? This is what happened. This is a real scenario I was involved in, because this is a fireside chat. It's a discussion. You all also can contribute. I will tell you why it is important to protect your unstructured data. So I was part of a company. I don't want to mention the name, but it's long ago. I was the manager for IT manager working in a company. So at that time, we protected all our structured data. Database is protected, everything is protected. What I mean is, it is just consider the fact that it is for a sake of some sort of a purpose. I don't want to explicitly mention the purpose. We cannot expose our database to certain individuals. This is set. This is not in this country. It's out of Qatar previously. So what happened? For a long years, we were protecting this structured data. Databases were protected. No one can see what it is. It is masking, encryption, masking, everything is applied. But the unstructured data is not protected. So what happened? The accountant prepared a complete, this company had about, at that time, it had about 17 branches, retail. Very big retail company, 17 branches. The accountant prepared a nice presentation to show it to the management about all the revenue. From each branch, we are having these millions of revenue. So this presentation was presented to the management. So, okay, and this person has not protected this presentation, and he kept it inside his laptop. Somehow, this presentation is being leaked outside. That's it. So the company was totally shattered, like they disclosed their revenue. So this has made a lot of regulatory and etc. people to come in, and they know how much each and every branch is making. So this is very important. So as Khalid said, the good approach, everyone here in this session, please, next step, next generation protection should be, you should, exactly as Khalid said, you should catalog your data, which is where data is residing. It might be residing, as he said, it might be residing in so many places. What data is residing where? This is the important thing. In my OneDrive, what data is there? In my Teams or wherever, what data? And then makes the strategies along with protection. Yeah, okay.
At one point here, since you raised the concept of structure and unstructured. So basically you have all your files, documents, which are on your PC, your OneDrive, multiple location. The best way is, do you know what content it has?
Exactly.
What is the classification it should have? And who should have access? Now take an example, if I have a very sensitive business presentation, and somehow attacker has access to it. He compromised my laptop, he took the data out. What if, even if he has taken the data out, he can't use it? Is it a win situation for us? So there are strategies or products and solutions which can do the discovery of your unstructured data, classify it, and puts rights management. So you have digital rights management. If you have it, so sensitive data, and if you have this digital right management, then even if your data is breached, you are still protected. You don't have a damage.
Exactly, correct. Yeah. Okay, we just wanted to know also, now we know that what are the things that, where the protection should be exactly established, and then what are the fundamentals, all the building blocks of protecting this data. So how do you start? What do you do? What are the technologies you can use? Can you elaborate?
See, most important part is if you are starting from scratch, or even if you are working in the well-established organization, first important point is your data inventory.
Yeah.
Do you know what data and services you have?
Yes.
So if I'm working for a bank example, I know they have an online banking, they have a core banking. Fine. So these are the two services. If these services are down, it may be a ransomware, it may be a uninterrupted downtime, or it may be a data breach. If it is down, who will be impacted? First thing you will ask, okay, if this service is breached or compromised or unavailable, it will impact my customers. If it is impacting my customer, it is impacting my business reputation. If there is a data breach, it will impact my legal.
Yeah.
So I will have a regulatory impact. It will impact my revenue as well. Imagine if I have 1 million credit card account breached and I'm working for a bank.
Correct.
What will happen? Bank has to reprint 1 million card and deliver it to the customer at zero cost. So that's a cost.
Yeah, it happened a couple of years
ago
in Qatar, I suppose.
What are your critical services? What can go wrong? That's your business impact.
Impact, yes.
Once you identify, okay, these are my critical services, this can go wrong. Now you identify, okay, what should I do to protect it?
Yes.
So you might have high availability, backup and recovery. You might have access control with multi-factor authentication.
Correct.
You might have your penetration testing schedule. You might have your web application firewall, your IPS. So this is what you will decide. But first thing is you should know what are your critical services, how much impact it will have on you as a company, reputation on your customers, you might lose revenue.
Yeah.
If you leave, your customer leaves you, you might lose
correct.
revenue. If you have a legal
Regulatory
fine.
fines, yes.
So those are the things you will check first. And then you will build your strategy. Once you identify critical, if I know that I have this, okay, I need to fix it this way.
Yeah, correct.
Because, see, framework, normally, you have very good framework in Qatar itself, QCSF,
QCSF,
But if you will take it and implement it, what you will do? You will end up implementing solutions you don't need.
Correct.
But if you go with the first approach, identifying your asset services and threats to it, and then leveraging QCSF to apply the best practices, this way you will grow in a better way,
Yeah, exactly. As you said, that the correct thing is like once you catalog the data, this is the structure. This is, you can find it in anywhere. Everywhere you find how do you protect your data, or the crown jewel is the first you catalog your data. So you can catalog your data, unstructured data. The second part is you do, Khalid has mentioned, data security posture assessment. Or in privacy concept, they say data privacy impact assessment. So you have to develop, there are a lot of templates is available to do a data security posture management. And now, if you see, I don't want to mention the solution names here. Most of the solutions, if you see the data loss prevention or a DLP or any other data related solutions, is giving you this opportunity. So that it will analyze and tell you what is your security at the moment as it is, what is your status quo, or what is your status of your data. That is known as the correct terminology is data security posture assessment. Data security posture assessment. In privacy terms, even our NCSA is also mandating that you do, when you are doing data with sensitive data or personal data, you have to do a data privacy impact assessment. So you do a data security posture assessment or impact assessment. You can do it in manually, or you can do it in with the tools and technologies is available. So then you know what are your critical data and where it is, what sort of protection you require, as you said. The second thing, Khalid also mentioned about the framework. As you know, that couple of months, so people who are here in the government and semi-government sector, couple of days, couple of weeks or last month, I suppose the National Planning Council, which is also established, National Planning Council here in Qatar, which established National Data Affairs Department. National Data Affairs Department. So this department is now overseeing the data across government and semi-government organizations within Qatar, and also it can be extendable to any private entity. So, so it's a good work. It's excellent work that they have done. They have now provided, apart from QCSF or National Information Assurance Policy, NIAP or whatever. So beyond this, so there is a national data policy was published. And not only the policy, they have published the standards also. So not only the standards, they have provided a guideline also how this can be implemented in your organization. If you go through any, it's publicly available in their website. So you can see the policy, national data policy, national data standard and the guidelines. And in addition to that, they have provided so many templates and etc. So organizations can use these templates to complete their data protection strategy, implement their data protection strategy. And also this is with relevance to the PPDL, that the Personal Data Protection, Privacy Protection Law, Law number 13, and then Law number 14 of Cyber Prevention Law, and then we have the Rights to Information Access. So there are so many things. So as a government, they have deployed here. It's a very good initiative. So there is a lot of things that you can take, because why the government is also seeing the private, and this is also seeing that the importance of this data. Okay, let's go to the other question. So what are the strategic risks that you see if the data, now we saw about how to protect the data, and if you don't protect your data, like what sort of a strategic risk, like as an organization, what can be the risks that you feel?
Yeah. If you'll ask me, major risks as of today is a data breach and ransomware. These are the two which are very prominent, because it can happen to any organization. You cannot say it will not happen to me. Never. just understand the kill chain. How data breach. So suppose if you'll see the number of data breaches historical record, you will identify 80% plus data breach. What is the cause? Phishing. Another 15%, what is the cause? Unpatched system.
Correct.
Now, anyone can be a victim of phishing.
Yes.
Anyone,
Yeah.
even a CEO, even a security manager can be a victim of phishing, as far as it is crafted well. So, in this hyper-connected environment, a staff is working, say a CEO is working from home today. He receives an email. He clicks the email. Email is a phishing email. Okay?
Yeah.
His credential is compromised.
Compromise. Correct.
Attacker has access to his credential. Attacker logs in with his credential to company's OneDrive or SharePoint, extract all the data down, and then encrypts the OneDrive.
Yes.
Think about it. The opportunity you as security has. So first point is a phishing email came in. Means first control failure, your SMTP gateway or email gateway
correct.
failed.
Yeah.
The user clicked the phishing link, means another failure, your awareness failure. If user awareness was strong, he should not have clicked it.
Correct.
He clicked the link, he reached a malicious site. Your content filter failure.
Failure. Correct.
His credential was compromised, means your identity or access control failed, means there was no MFA activated, he didn't receive a SMS or message. He connected to your SharePoint or OneDrive.
Yeah.
Another application failure, authentic application was not able to identify whether it is the user who claimed to be, whether it is a device which claimed to be, and then he was able to download the documents.
Yeah.
Means, again, your data protection failed.
Yeah.
That can anyone download the data, company's data on any unauthorized device
correct.
from unauthorized location, suspected location.
Yeah.
Imagine if a breach has 6-7 stages and you as a security have a leverage to catch it at any given point of time until the breach really happened.
Correct.
If a breach happened, then only you have a damage. If you have stopped the breach, there is no harm. It's more like I have $1 million in my house. Somebody can break into my house. Somebody can break into my safe, take that $1 million and leave my house. Imagine before he leaves my house, if I can catch him, I still save my $1 million. I might have lost, might be $5,000 or $10,000 for fixing those issues.
Correct.
So here, understanding this chain and where the damage or the breach or the impact will really happen. That's your key point as security to know. A breach happens means it's a cyber security manager issue. He has not seen it. You cannot blame user. User is innocent. You have not given him awareness. The mail may look very legitimate. He might click it.
Yeah, correct.
But once he click it, you still have 6-7 control points.
To protect.
Not only to protect. Now imagine you have all this metadata from all these 7 locations. If this metadata was integrated with your SIM, say your protection failed at each stage, it failed. But if your integration was there with the SIM, you had those use cases, your SOC would have detected it at least and reported it. Your incident response team would have deactivated the account before the damage.
Correct.
Any breach, see, my personal view is if there is any data breach, it's a clear indicator of failure from cybersecurity department.
Correct.
Either they have not done their task, or maybe they have not received enough budget.
Yes, exactly.
As far as they have documented all these things, and if a breach happens, it's fine. Or else you are accountable as a security manager.
Understand. So exactly. He answered my other question also, how to protect the data now. Now we know that what are the tools and technology. So Khalid also answered my other question. So we can discuss about it. As Khalid, you see now the risks, data protection. First of all, your organization gets compromised. That is, your reputation is lost. This is your reputation. You are risking your organization's reputation, and keep in mind, like last couple of months, you would have seen our regulatory organizations, like, NCSA has published about the organizations, although they don't mention the name, it is well known. So they say that this organization was, data breach happened, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have seen about 4 such a notices from NCSA. So this is, first of all, your organization reputation losses. The second thing, if you see the law number 13 of 2016, or the personal data protection, privacy protection law, if you see that there are more than $1 million reals of penalty will be implemented. Now, I'm not quite sure whether if in such a implementation is being done, but intentionally you did not take the correct protection measures for your data. As Khalid said, the cybersecurity department or a data protection department or whatever have not taken the correct measures to protect the data. Okay, you have not taken the protect data, and then if this is being identified by the regulatory authority, yes, of course, you will be charged according to the law. Your organization is supposed to very big, huge fines, regulatory fines. This is all over the world. So the first thing important is protection. Like, the reputation of your organization goes off, then you have to pay a regulatory fine, and then, there is a lot of consequences. And this is not the end. If you see the history of any such breach, once your data is breached, that means it's a chain effect. Continuously, you will have cyber attacks.
I think we can give some for Q&A if they
Q&A, yes. Yeah. So this is one of the important things. So that's the second things you can implement. There are 12 domains that is already been listed down in the national data policy. How do you protect your metadata and etc. So you can go ahead, and I suppose we are coming into the end. So there are so many protection strategies you can take as in terms of data. As Khalid said, you have to protect all the gateways. In addition to that, you have to, you have to identify the data and do a posture assessment, and then, implement the correct data. And then also you have to, in your network level or in your other levels, you have to do data exfiltration. So data exfiltration, the moment attack breach happens, they wanted to extract your data, so you have to set the baselines. Say SharePoint, say for example, nowadays the latest SIMs allow you have some sort of a monitoring. If the data of a certain amount is going out of your network, that means that you can set the baseline. My baseline is this, and then you can monitor any data exfiltrated more than the baseline. You should receive an alert, so you can stop. So having said this, that we have discussed about the risks, also what are the frameworks that you can use to protect the data, and how do you protect the data, what are the controls. As I said, the baselines, you can set it up. That is the very important thing. So we will come to a conclusion. We don't want to take much time. So audience, if you have any question related to this, we will give you 1 or 2 minutes for you all to ask any questions.
Hello. Thank you. Now, how do I secure my data even though I don't have control over that data? For example, you said OneDrive, cloud storage.
It's not clear.
Not clear. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well. Now, how do I control my data, which is, even though it's my data, but I don't have control over it? For example, it's on S3, Amazon S3.
Yes.
It's on Google Store.
Yes.
It's on Microsoft ADLS.
Yes.
OneDrive, you name it.
Yes.
So, but how do I make sure my data is secure across the platforms?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the approach you would advise?
Good question.
So basically what you are saying is you have your data which may be in OneDrive or G Drive, and how you secure it.
Exactly.
If G Drive, the best thing is, let's assume you are on OneDrive.
Yeah.
You are using Microsoft service, you are on OneDrive. Microsoft has a very fantastic capability call information rights management. They call it now purview. That can not only protect your data, what it will do is you can create a policy. If any sensitive data is inside any of the document, classify it as your business classification, maybe confidential. And the permission for read and write will be only for the owner of the document. Now what will happen is, once it is on OneDrive, say this is my personal OneDrive, I have set this policy. Say Mohammed has access to my OneDrive and he has downloaded all the documents in his personal device. The moment he will try to open it, it will not open. It will ask him to insert the username, password and OTP. And for me, I can still see where this data is, so I can identify the exact location from where he's trying to open it. So I have two ways to know. One is I have protected it. I have a full visibility of where my data is right now and how it was moved out from my OneDrive. So rights management is the best and the only solution for the data which is outside your boundary. DLP is good for data which is inside your boundary, but the moment the data leaves outside your boundary, when I say your boundary, it could be your enterprise, it could be your laptop, it could be your application. Once it moves out, you need to ensure it is protected with rights management.
So one other thing, the other thing I wanted to tell you that this is also very important that, so when you host your data outside your boundaries, like as you said in a cloud or wherever, as you say, is 3-bucket or wherever you host your data. Now, so even for that, the governance, the structure has been already, the policy has been already given. Say for example, before you move to cloud to host your data, you have to do a cloud security posture assessment, like the cloud security assessment, whether this cloud has already have been impacted by a breach or something. This is one of the steps that you can do, because also the law says or the standard says you take your maximum measures. You don't have control now. Okay, as you said that you don't have control on that part. Okay, what is the reactive measures or the response that you have prepared for this damage? Have you prepared yourself? If this happens, what to do? Okay, now in this case, what you are supposed to do is what you are supposed to do generally. So you have to have your NDA signed or a what do you call the data sharing agreement. That you say, you should have signed this, and who will take which responsibility? Okay, I'm supposed to monetize, I'm supposed to compensate my clients, which way? So in your agreement, you should say that if any data breach happens instead of this organization, what you are supposed to do is you will take the entire, this is what I'm saying, DPA, Data Protection Agreement. Before you go into hosting your data in any place, say the big hosting you don't need to do because they already have. Before you go on your own to the cloud or anything, you should have this data protection agreement well drafted, who will take which responsibility, and you have to transfer this risk to them. You have to transfer this risk to them, and you can show them, okay, look here, I have my data protection agreement signed, so I don't have to do. So this is one of the things that you can do it. So you can, in addition to that, there were so many other measures you can take, but this is important, the governance structure. Data protection agreement, if you have, you are safe.
Okay, thank you. Khalid, you mentioned that, yes, if, let's say I'm in an organization, okay, I have access to all this Microsoft Purview, all this classification tools, okay? But I'm a common man now. I'm used to using these free OneDrive, Google Drive, right? Yes. So what is your advice for a common man who doesn't have access to all this classification data to protect the data that he's uploading on a day-to-day basis?
See, the best way is, so suppose if I have my personal OneDrive and I'm keeping sensitive data, what I will do is, I will just encrypt it with WinRAR. Most easy option, encrypt with WinRAR, keep a strong password, save it. That's the best option for normal user. If it is enterprise, there is nothing better than rights management for your data.
Correct.
Because here, see, agreement, NDA, this gives you just liability protection. It does not give you data protection.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
rights management will give you actual data protection. That's what you want.
Okay, great.
So as a normal user, encrypt it. You don't know, you are very basic user, use WinRAR, encrypt it, give the static password. Complex. Okay. So next time when you want to access, only you know it. If somebody downloads it, he has to struggle.
Right.
If your password is big, he will need at least 2-3 months to encrypt it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we have come on to and we have exceeded the time as well. So this is a big topic. As I said, that we can talk for hours and hours, and then this is a long session. So thank you very much for all the participants. I take the pleasure of once again thanking on behalf of Exito. Okay. If you have any questions, we'll be around here for a few minutes. You can ask. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for sharing your insights and knowledge here with us. Could you please gather? We would want to have a picture of you two together.